Hi guys! Okay, so this is, welcome to Mother Moon Tarot, first of all. Thank you for returning, if you're returning for this month's. As always, please like, share and subscribe if you haven't done already, and if this resonates for you. A couple of things, Scorpio. It is blazing down the sun in here today. So I think half the room, I think I'm in the light and then half the room is kind of in the dark. So if I'm holding the cards and that up, I hope you can see them properly. So sorry about the light, I can't really do anything about it at the moment. Hopefully you can see everything clearly. Okay, so a couple of things before we settle into the reading itself. We are moving from, so this is going to be the April reading for Scorpio's Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So if this reading doesn't resonate for you, with Scorpio being your sun sign, please feel free to check out any of the other signs, for your moon or your rising signs, because you might find that some of those are resonating more for you at the moment than your sun sign is in Scorpio. So feel free to cross-watch and kind of check those out as well. We are moving from Pisces season at the end of March 20th, into Aries season. So moving from the going with the flow of emotions and feelings, that kind of slightly wishy-washy kind of, watery kind of feeling, into a very much that Aries, which is headstrong, determined, I know what I want, I'm going to get it. And that kind of very confident, I'm on the go, heading straight for what you want kind of attitude. So it's very, very polar, almost not polar opposites, because Pisces can be like that too when they are passionate about something. But it's just very different kind of energy. So you're kind of going with the flow, where you were kind of going with the flow a little bit before. Now everything is just straight, go. So moving from one energy to the other. We also are coming out of Mercury retrograde at the end of March. So I think it goes direct on the 27th or the 28th of March. Don't quote me on that. I think it's the 28th. So where there has been kind of delays or setbacks or problems or having to wait around for things or confusion or problems with communication or technology or anything like that, any kind of setbacks like that. Things are starting then to kind of go more direct and starting to kind of ease up in that respect. However, I will say that, time is energy and energy is fluid. So, where that does go direct on the 28th of March, that Mercury retrograde, see, I can't speak. That Mercury retrograde energy can kind of permeate for the 1 to 2 weeks after it does go direct. So you might feel within the first couple of weeks of April that you're still slightly feeling those kind of Mercury retrograde energies. I have found that in a lot of my readings so far. So just be aware of that. But we're coming through it, so it's good. So I was meditating on your energy before I came on camera, and I got a few things for you. It was quite funny, actually, or I found it quite funny. First of all, I got some numbers. So the numbers I got for you was the number 25 and 74. So I don't know how that resonates for you. These are general readings. They are general kind of intuitive messages as well. So, not all messages are going to resonate for you. So take whatever resonates for you, and leave the rest. Like I said, your sun or your moon and rising or Venus signs might give you more clarity on those as well. So feel free to check those out too. So 25 and 74. Check those out online if you want to know more about the numerology and the meaning behind those numbers. There's a wealth of information out there for you guys to check out. So have a little look. And then the other thing that I got was, it was so quick, actually. It came in so quick. It was it literally just said bingo, and it was like ding ding ding. So I feel like there may be a moment in April where you either have like a penny drop moment or a moment of clarity where you're just like bingo, and then you're like ding ding ding, full steam ahead. Or something to do with the fact that maybe you might win a bingo, you might win something and you're like, oh, bingo, and then that, there's a ding ding ding, a winner's bell. So take it how it resonates. We'll see if any of it comes out in the reading anyway. So let's have a little look and take a look what's on the cards for Scorpio for April. Okay, so I mean totally World Cup. And again. We're ready. Okay. All right. So. Okay, so I'm just going to take a moment to read the cards and kind of just clarify the messages. So as always, you don't have to wait around for me to do this. You can kind of skip forward to the main reading if you want to, but I'm just having a little look. So. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the underlying energy that you have is the King of Knight, or sorry, the Knight of Pentacles. So Pentacles are, Knights are always messages coming in. They usually can mean a person coming in with a message or you wanting to deliver a message. The Pentacles are always to do with tangible things in your life, to do with like your bare necessities. So everything from finances, career, home and family environment, your home life, your coin. Yeah, so everything, your bare necessities. So I do feel like the Knight of Pentacles generally, whenever he's in the upright position, he usually pertains to a knight that is a steady paced knight moving forward with information or a message. Now the fact that it's got to do with the coins, that it's the Knight of Pentacles, I do feel like this has got to do with some sort of either something to do with the home environment or something to do with your career. And finances. So now the fact that he is in reverse, I do feel like there could have been some stagnancy with the Mercury retrograde energy kind of wrapping up. I do feel like in your past kind of environment, you could have been wrapping up an old job. You could have been moving from one job into another. You could have been trying to balance something out in your kind of your career or your home life. You could have been moving house. Anything to do with that, but I feel like there could have been like slight setbacks with that, or it could have been taking its time to process through. I do feel with that energy there, it being in the reverse, I do feel like there's almost like a little bit of a delay in that still. So if you are waiting to kind of move house, or if you were waiting for a job to finish or to move into a new job or hear word of a new career, or whether you got that interview or whether you got that new job, there's a little bit of delay in the communication or that information coming through for you. So that's just the underlying energy that you have there. So yeah. I wouldn't worry too much. Mercury retrograde does go direct soon, so I feel like that energy will be pushing through, but it's just something to be aware of. So first card that you got is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So usually the Eight of Cups means, leaving something behind and taking, turning your back on something and taking a new journey to somewhere new. So I do feel like this being in the reverse, I do feel like that energy is coming into play, but you're maybe having to wait to do that a little bit longer. I do feel, like I said, with this underlying energy that is, it being connected to do with information on a new job or work or possibly a home environment, moving house or anything like that. I do feel like that is you turning your back on this old job or this old home life or this old situation, and wait and kind of, it's almost like you're waiting to turn your back and kind of get moving into the new situation, into the new career or the new job or the new kind of home or whatever it is. I just feel like that energy is a little bit stagnant yet. It's not here just yet. So I do feel like once Mercury has gone direct again, I feel like that energy is going to turn around for you, and then you will be able to leave that past behind, turn your back on it, and then move forward into a new direction. So I just feel like there's a little bit of waiting kind of going on before you can do that. It's a little bit of almost like hanging around and waiting for that to come into play. As I say that, the second card that you had out then was a Hanged Man. Now this is in reverse. The Hanged Man usually represents, you know, hanging around, waiting for things to kind of come into play. You know, taking your time with things, not rushing things, and just waiting for things to manifest, waiting for things to come into play in divine timing. You know, you can see like the sun is kind of illuminated all the way around his head, so to do with his intuition, he's kind of waiting until the time feels right. Now this is in the reverse for you, so I feel like there's almost a want. I feel like that this is you, and you're kind of wanting things to move faster. You're wanting things to kind of come into play a little bit quicker. You're wanting that message of, you know, to do with you know, that that career, that job information, or that home life information or situation. You're wanting that to kind of move forward quicker, but it's not doing that. So I feel like there is just a little bit of you wanting it to kind of go quicker, but it being slightly delayed again with Mercury retrograde. There could have been those delays in those messages and information coming through, so you're just having to wait a little longer, like I said, to be able to turn around on the old situation, turn your back on the old situation, and move forward into the new one. So yeah, so just going to take a little bit more time before that Hanged Man energy can kind of come through, before that hangman energy can come through. Like I said, you're feeling like you want things to be moving faster, but they're not. So you're having to, instead of hanging around and just waiting for it to kind of come into play and knowing that things are going to come into play, if you just kind of take things easy and that, you're feeling a little bit like, come on, I want this to hurry up, and you know, I need to know, I want to know this information. So you're just being told to wait, basically. That's how I feel it is anyway. Then you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So again, Knights are about information coming in, new situations coming in, or information coming in. Cups are all to do with your feelings, emotions. It can be to do with love, passion, creative endeavors, anything to do with that sort of side of things. So I do feel like this being in reverse, there is delayed information again with regards to information or messages coming in to do with love or creative or passionate endeavor. So if you're this could be a few things. So if you have been focusing on trying to move from, like I said, this night energy here that was in the reverse was to do with pentacles and to do with, you know, career and jobs. I feel like this is to do with a creative, passionate endeavor. So I do feel like if you're waiting for information to come through about, you know, the ending of one job, and then you were trying to kind of create your own business, perhaps, you know, you're a creative, passionate, new business for yourself, or you already have one and you're trying to manifest more things, or kind of, you know, trying to lift it off the ground. I feel like there could be a little bit of delay with things transitioning from turning your back on this old kind of job or this old situation and moving into this new situation to do with creative or passionate projects. So that is one group of you. That's how I see it. It's to do with kind of career in terms of a business that you're trying to start off yourself, or a creative, passionate new project of your own. The other group of you, I feel this could be to do with love. This could be a partnership. It could be, like I said, to do with a romantic relationship. It could be a relationship with family or friends. It's all types of relationships. I do feel like whatever message this night is trying to deliver, or whatever information is trying to come through from somebody else, I do feel like this is somebody else's energy. I don't feel like this is you trying to kind of give a message to somebody else. I feel like this is someone trying to give you a message. So I do feel like whatever this is for you in terms of a relationship, whether it be family, friends, or partnership, I feel like there's almost like a delay. Someone wants to tell you something, they want to give you information, they want to try and move forward, because this is forward movement with a horse. But there's a delay in them being able to, or feeling like they can communicate this information or this message of love for you. So I just feel like there's a little bit of a delay with that. Again, Mercury retrograde is still kind of lingering, so you know, there could just be a bit of a delay in communications or that information coming through. but I definitely feel towards like the kind of, the latter part of the month that's going to kind of dissipate, and that information will come through clearly for you then. But let's have a little look anyway. So the next one then that you had was the sun. Bingo, ding, ding, ding. So yeah, I definitely feel like that resonates with this card. So you have the sun, everything is starting to move forward. The sun is the best and the brightest card in the deck. You can see there's a beautiful illumination. There's the sunflowers, which are representative of the right life path, or your life path. There's a horse, which is positive movement forward. This could do with like family and children as well. So I feel like this has got to do with your both things. I feel like it's to do with career and home life. I feel like it could be to do with your home environment. Like I said, if you were moving house, or if you were waiting on information about a career, or both, or if there was that kind of transition period and things were kind of a little bit up in the air, I feel like that kind of sun is kind of coming into play now. The feeling I'm getting is kind of more towards the very end of the month. Of April, those things are starting to push forward from maybe like the third week onwards. The reason I say that is purely because there's like the 3 sunflowers together here. I know there is that one there, but I feel like it's like that's the last week almost, and this is like the 3 weeks. Take it how it resonates. So yeah, I feel like there's an abundance. Things are starting to kind of take full form. You're starting to get that information through. There's movement. There's all those delays are kind of starting to dissipate, and things are starting to brighten up, and you're starting to see things kind of move forward positively for yourself, in terms of like home environment, in terms of like family and relationships, and in terms of kind of career as well. So I do feel like that is kind of coming through for you. Beautiful energy to have, kind of coming into the future energy. So yeah, beautiful. And then you have the moon card. So you actually had the sun and the moon come out together. So I do feel like, I do feel very strongly like this, having these two together, it's almost like your external and your internal. Okay, so the sun is the external side of things kind of coming together, and the moon then is the internal side of things. So the moon is very much a water energy. It's Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So definitely there's a lot of you in this card. With a lot of water energy there. So. Water signs are very intuitive. They're very good at connecting with their instincts and their, intuition. So I do feel like there's almost like a coming together, or a coming together, and a kind of abundance of you feeling balanced in terms of your external life and things going well for you externally, and your internal kind of self on the inside, kind of coming to kind of a balance in that as well. So I would say as well, I do feel like this card is saying to kind of, to look within and to kind of go with your intuition, kind of turn to your intuition and take stock of that, to do with any of these situations that you've been dealing with prior to, that kind of abundance starting to come in. I do feel like there's a need for you to do that this month. So definitely taking a lot of time to, that Hangman was in reverse earlier as well. So, you may need to kind of go within in order to kind of turn that around, so that, you can have that better kind of stabilized energy where you're kind of hanging and in your own knowing and waiting for things to kind of move forward. So I do feel like you need to go within to be able to kind of get that Hangman energy to work for you. So yeah, I do feel like there needs to be a balance between the external and the internal this month. So there is that abundance and everything there for you. But just make sure that you take time to look at yourself and take time to look within, and balance your inside kind of thoughts, feelings, and emotions, especially with it being, water, your emotions and feelings. Take time to balance those emotions and feelings, honor those emotions and feelings that are coming up, so that you can then, enjoy the external kind of like sun and abundance then on the outside. So then the next card you got out then was the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords can be to do with, it can be to do with a few things. It can be to do with heartache, it can be to do with pain, and it can also be to do with a breakup. It can be to do with a third-party situation, either involving yourself or somebody else. However, it is in the reverse, okay? So I do feel, and it came out underneath the Knight of Cups, which was also in the reverse, which I was talking about, could have been to do with a message of love, but it's slightly being delayed. So I do feel with this card, and especially with the moon card being before it as well, I feel like this is like heartache starting to dissipate. So where you're kind of going within and kind of honoring your emotions, your feelings, taking time to go into take stock of your intuition and to listen to your intuition and your inner kind of feelings, you're kind of starting to kind of come out of a feeling of maybe heartbreak or a feeling of pain that you may have had recently, or a feeling of heartbreak or pain. Now this doesn't have to necessarily be to do with a love situation. You know, this could be heartbreak over having to leave like an old home that you really loved, or heartbreak to do with leaving an old job that you really loved. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily pertain to a romantic relationship, but it can do as well. So I definitely feel like there is some sort of pain here that you are experiencing, but when you go within, you know, and take time to really honor your emotions and your feelings, that starts to kind of turn that around, and then that's why that's in the reverse. You know, it's not pain and kind of suffering right now. It's, you know, it's kind of, it's dissipating energy that's kind of coming out of that energy. As well, like I said, it came underneath that Knight of Cups. So that message that someone may have been wanting to deliver to you with regards to love, that could turn around with all this new kind of sun energy, or, you know, the fact that you've kind of taken time to go within, or they may have taken time. You know, this horse is pointing towards this intuition, so it could be that they were taking time to look within and go with their own intuition about giving you this message, and then because of that, then it becomes in the upright, and they're able to deliver this message towards the end of the month, which then dissipates and kind of eases this kind of pain or this kind of heartbreak here to do with whatever situation in love that you're experiencing. So it could be, like I said, it could be either that love situation, or it could just be to do with, you know, that pain, you know, pain with or kind of disappointment with an old job wrapping up, or leaving an old home that you were moving from, or anything to do with those sorts of things as well. There is a lot to do with your like I said, a job or career or a home environment here as well. So I do feel like it could have something to do with those things as well. There is also 3, so it could be all 3 of those things. It could be a relationship, it could be the home environment, it could be the career. There could be a culmination of those things happening for you at the moment, and you're feeling a little bit of pain towards that. But like I said, it is in the reverse, so I feel like those swords are coming out for you towards the end of this month. So that is good, that is positive, you know, that those things are being released, especially if you go within, you know. So yeah, overall, you know, there's a little bit of a delay towards the, you know, with the start of the month, especially with that Mercury retrograde energy still kind of, you know, filtering in from the end of March there. So a little bit of still having to wait around, you know, waiting. This night is in reverse. There's that waiting in your underlying energy. There was a little bit of waiting before you could kind of turn your back on things and move on to a new journey. The hangman energy, which is usually hanging around in your knowing, waiting for divine timing, was in reverse as well. So there was a little bit of maybe a bit of anxiety of wanting things to move faster, but it not kind of happening. Also then with the Knight of Cups, again, it's delays with information and messages possibly to do with love or a creative project. So there are those kind of delays towards the start of the month. But towards the end of the month, then things are really starting to brighten up, because then you have the sun, like I said, you've got the moon, so your external and your internal kind of balancing out, and then the three of swords in reverse. So those pains or those kind of losses or those kind of things that have been, you know, causing you a little bit of heartache are dissipating. So I definitely do feel like you know, you're kind of coming from that kind of having to wait energy, and things are then starting to play out then towards the end of the month. So it is a good positive energy to have. So yeah, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards for you guys now. I might actually just clarify. I'm just going to clarify the Knight of Cups here in reverse for you, and the 3 of Swords, just so I can get a bit more information on clarity on what those could be for you. So let's have a little look. Why is the Knight of Cups here in reverse for Scorpio, please? Why is the Knight of Cups here in reverse for Scorpio? Okay. Why is the Knight of Cups here for reverse for Scorpio? Why is the Knight of Cups here in reverse for Scorpio? Okay. This one fell out. Let's have a little look. Oh my god, wow. You couldn't write this stuff, honest to God. Right. Knight of Cups in reverse is clarified by the Knight of Cups in the upright. So, what did I say to you earlier? It's like a bingo moment. It's like this is kind of stagnant and this message isn't coming through. It's being delayed, and then suddenly there's like a bingo, ding, ding, ding. If this is to do with like creative endeavors or what to do with someone trying to come in with a love offer or message and to do with love, there's a bingo, ding, ding, ding moment, and then this starts to move forward towards the sun, okay? Towards taking this pain or this heartache away. So yeah, definitely it turns around, and then this Ace of Cups, this Knight of Cups then is able to deliver that message to do with that new creative endeavor, or move forward with this creative endeavor, or this passionate new pursuit, or this message of love, and things start to turn around for that abundance. Okay, so yeah, lovely energy. Honest to God. I love it whenever cards come clarify the same card that are in reverse, because it always just means that whoop, just that change and that kind of real kind of 360 of change, and especially with that sun card straight after it, you just know that is just about to turn around, and then you get the sun. So it's just beautiful, really nice. Okay, I'm going to do some oracle cards for you guys. I'm going to use the Moonology deck. It's a beautiful new deck that I got. I got it for my birthday from my cousin, so thank you very much, Ashleen. I am going to give all the information, as always, about all the decks that I use below in the description box. So if you are interested about finding out what they are, all the information is in the description box below. So, okay, what does Scorpio need to know for April, please? What does Scorpio need to know for April? Okay, we have that one out. Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, so you got the new moon in Aquarius. So it says bring love into the situation. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. Whatever this is, this King of Cups with that offer of love, or, with that offer of love that's being kind of stagnated or, delayed. That is definitely going to turn around. This could be speaking to you needing to bring love into a situation, for you bringing a message of love to someone, or bringing a message of love into a certain situation, or a creative project, or a passionate, endeavor that you want to get started off the ground. So that definitely speaks to that kind of offer of love and bringing love into a situation, so that you can create that abundance and have that sun moment. So definitely go within and listen to your intuition and bring that love into the situation. Okay, lovely, I like that. Okay, so the second one that I'm going to use for you guys is the Spirit Oracle deck. So let's have a look. What does Scorpio need to know for April, please? What does Scorpio need to know for April? What does Scorpio need to know for April, please? Okay. Yes, precisely. Lovely. Okay, so you got positive outcome. Hope you can see that. Beautiful colors in that, all those oranges, reds, and yellows, so that person, and then streaming out of that, it's all like white, pink, purple energies and stuff. So really nice kind of colors. There's oranges, yellows, and reds are all to do with like the home, the heart, love, passion, creative things. And then like purples, whites are to do with like purity and innocence and fruition. Purples are to do with very much to do with like manifestation and new positive kind of things coming into play, and kind of that divination and also intuition, all that sort of stuff. So very much a connection between the love and the intuition, and the love and the manifesting new things into your life. So very, very kind of appropriate for your reading. So I'll read it for you. It says positive outcomes. It says there is hope. Don't give up now. Have faith. trust. The forces of love are at work behind the scenes and expect joyous, positive outcome. Yeah, absolutely. So where you were feeling this kind of this hangman energy in reverse, where you wanted things to kind of speed up and kind of, you know, come on, please hurry up, or, you know, the things aren't moving fast enough, I want things to kind of get going. Where you were feeling that, just have faith, just trust, you know, don't give up on the fact that you know in your own intuition that these things are coming into play for you and these things are going to work out for you. You know, just let the forces of the universe kind of work for you, and do the work for you, and with that then you will have that abundance, you know. So just let go, relax, and let the energies kind of speak for themselves and kind of come into play, you know, in their own way, and in that kind of sense then you can expect the joyous and positive outcomes, which is that Sun card. Absolutely. So yeah, I love those two cards for you. Really nice reading. So yeah, a little bit of stagnancy towards the start of the month there, Scorpio, but definitely abundance kind of coming into play, and heartache kind of filtering out, or sadness kind of filtering out at the end of the month as well. So beautiful kind of energies. It's been really nice to have this reading today for you guys. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's resonated. If it has resonated, please leave me some comments down below, because it's always really interesting to find out how these energies are resonating for people and what's kind of happening for you guys. So please do leave me a comment. Also, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, if you like this video. And as always as well, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, which helps me to be able to put out more of these beautiful videos for you guys, which is what I love to do, then please do so. That would be lovely, and thank you in advance. And otherwise, guys, I will leave you there, and I will see you in May. That's lovely. Bye.